there's too much food here, there's not enough food over there. Why is the food not getting over there? It doesn't suit the interests of the powerful for the food to go over there. How do we affect the interests of the powerful? We organise ourselves and we challenge the interests of the powerful. Who are the powerful? It's these companies here, it's these governmental organisations
that's
here.
the key question. To know who are the powerful, where power is, and how does it function, it's very complicated.
Do you think the power is concealed, true power, without getting too conspiratorial?
Yeah, I mean, certainly in the modern world, for a couple of centuries, one of the main functions of power is to conceal power. There is kind of a law of history. If you don't have a lot of power, you try to exaggerate your power. If you have a lot of power, you try to conceal it. If you're a king in England in the 12th century, you don't have a lot of power. But you try to conceal your weakness by these extravagant displays of power. So you go with like a pile of gold on your head, and you wear all these furs and pearls, and every now and then you tell people, okay, cut off his head. And that makes people feel, oh, he's very powerful. But actually, he's very weak. Because the state is very weak. Then you move to the modern age, and leaders and governments really have enormous amounts of power, but they don't want to attract too much attention to it. So, you know, that they dress plainly, like an ordinary person. And they live in a much lower life. I mean, they don't go about telling people, okay, cut off his head. Because they don't want to draw attention to all that power.
That's a brilliant point.
It's very difficult to know where power really lies in the 21st century.
Pageantry conceals ordinariness. Our flags, our processions, all this pageantry, all this ritual, all this ceremony helps us to believe there is a United States of America. There is an England. It's not just a sort of an economic idea and a bit of land and some powerful people exploiting the vulnerable. It's a thing. It's a flag. There's an eagle. There's a symbol. There's a history. It's real. But bit by bit, you unpick and you unstitch and you discover there's nothing there except some powerful people exploiting some people without power. That is your America. That is your England. That is your Israel, your Saudi Arabia, all just myths and stories so that the powerful can continue to exploit the powerlessness, whether it's a crown on a head or some stars and stripes on a flag. So first thing that people have to be disabused of is their myths of nationalism, or then whatever myth it is that's preventing them from acting in their own interests.
No, it's more complicated than that.
It's more complicated than that, but we've got to get people moving.
Take, for example, the Arab Spring. So it all started off very optimistically, like, wonderful, we have a democratic revolution of the people now gain power, and it was hijacked. And the Kalashnikovs were turned in the wrong direction. And we now have a much worse situation than before. I mean, Egyptians and Syrians and people in Yemen and in Libya, and they look back and we say, this is not why we had a revolution. Something really, really failed.
Yes, because I think they had no idea.
If you look today at the world, what strikes me most is that nobody, as far as I can tell, nobody in either the left or the right has any serious, meaningful vision for where humanity will be in 2050. Most of what you get is nostalgic fantasies about the past.
Yes.
But you don't have a serious vision which takes into account AI and biotechnology and climate change and all that, and really looks clearly at where can we be in 2050.
All right, Shalom. This is Horror 1 by Nyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp. What is it called? Halayim, La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Harakah Kodash, Ma'amah. Double honor to the elder apostles of GMS and the elders. Shalom to you, Akim, Nakwatim, and children that believe in sincerity and truth around the four corners of the earth. This lesson is going to be titled Nationalism and the Illusion of Freedom. All right. And that's what they're pushing as the ideology and the philosophy that's pushed here on the soils of America, all right? And through the media, through the schools, through the voting system, through the government, and even through the churches, you know? So the churches teach that you can sin freely, And also they have their schools indoctrinating the children and the students to become workers here in America. All right, and also voters, right? So that's what they prepare the minds of the masses for here in America, to believe in a American dream or a United States that's not really a country. It's a united corporation with a president, with actual rulers that own it over there in Europe. All right. It doesn't even have its own central bank. The central bank comes from England, called the Federal Reserve. So everything that's done here and operates in America is manipulated and controlled by the EU, the European Union nations. All right, the dragon. So that's who's controlling everything that goes on here politically, right? Medically, you know. So this place is not a country at all. It's just a idea or something operating under de facto, meaning it operates as long as everybody agrees. It has a fake currency, the dollar. All right, it gained all the resources of the world through the cup that was put in the hand of this place, that the Lord put in the hand of it, the wine and the business. All right. So everybody that's in the mindset of voting, right? When the Lord said clearly, when we were to vote, we was to vote one of our nation. And even if they're Jake, we ain't supposed to vote for them because they're not moving in the mindset of Israel right now. They're moving in the mindset of bettering Babylon with this artificial economy, with this economic system that was established through robbing, stealing, and killing, and also fraud, which is through the dollar. And we maintain the system by going to work, you know. So, but the ones that have their mind in this place, the ones that call themselves Democrats or Republicans or, you know, or whatever, all these different religious divisions, or black or African, you know, calling themselves nationalists, moving in the system of mindset of nationalism for the wrong nation, not knowing who they are or where they're from. But the elect have woken up to the truth of who we are, which are Israelites, and we're supposed to be of that nation. Let me get the scripture real quick. This is Isaiah 44:3. For I will pour water upon him that is thirsty, the ones that are looking for the truth. All right, and floods upon the dry ground. And Yahweh did that. Yahweh did that by sending Yahweh 2,000 years ago. All right, and I will pour my spirit upon thy seed. See, and the Lord poured his spirit upon us today, and my blessing upon thine offspring, and they shall spring up as among the grass, as willows by the watercourses. All right, and that's happening now right here and around the four corners of the earth, especially here in America. And the watercourses represent the men that's out there teaching on the streets, the prophets. One shall say, I am Yahweh. See, we begin to wake up according to Revelations 11. And we call ourselves the creation and owned property of Yahweh. But you walk up to the average Jakes, they got their mind still in this world and chasing at the worldly riches and whatever um, wickedness or lust that's drawing them. Behind that, they call themselves American, you know, or whatever. They call themselves everything but a child of God, which is an Israelite. And another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahweh, Salaki, and another shall call himself by the name of Jacob. See that? You can realize that you're Israelite. All right. Jacob's name was changed to Israel. Israel became 12 tribes. So we realize our progenitors, right, the 12 tribes of Israel. And another shall subscribe with his hand unto Yahweh and surname himself by the name of Israel. So you got a lot of brothers changing their name. We call ourselves by Hebrew names, you know. And sisters out there and children. That's in the truth. So, all right, this is the definition of nationalism. Because you heard that Edomite Khazar Yuval Noah, that's what he changed his name to recently. His name is Yuval something, but he changed his name to Noah as well. So this dude is not. He basically calls himself the scientific prophet of the New World Order. He's the advisor for Klaus Schwab, which Klaus Schwab is the CEO of the World Economic Forum, which is running everything right now. So he's his advisor on the New World Order innovations. All right, so in technology. So, and also he's into sodomy. But he also considers himself a god, and he calls the elites, the Edomites, he called themselves gods too. But the Lord spoke about that in the scriptures, that they were going to do that in these times. This guy doesn't believe that humans have a soul, so he's saying that the illusion of freedom is over with. All right, so he's gonna, certain things I can't talk about on this, tube. So I'm just keep going with the lesson. Nationalism. It says identification with one's nation, one's own nation, and support for its interests. Right. So people think just because you're born in a place, that's who you are. No, we were scattered here. And we let me get that. This is Jeremiah 17:4, and it says, "And thou even thyself shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee, and I will cause thee to serve thine enemies in the land which thou knowest not. For ye have kindled a fire in mine anger, which shall burn forever." See, the Lord's anger was kindled against us, and we would discontinue from our heritage. All right, forgot we were destroyed. We were born back on this earth in darkness, man, blind, until the Lord woke up. Is waking up his elect now. All right. So he said, "What we discontinued from our heritage." So, but in these last days, you're gonna have men, women, and children springing up as the grass amongst the water courses, man. When we calling ourselves Israelites, we know who we are. All right. But you're gonna have some 2/3 that are still gonna have their mind in this place, and in America, and in the ideology and the mindset of Esau, even over there in Europe. And they still sleep, and they're missing the opportunity that's being presented to them. All right. Let me get back to the definition. It says nationalism, identification with one's own nation. See, they think because they're born here, They think they're just Americans, you know. So let's get something else real quick. This is Isaiah 1:3. The ox knoweth his owner. All right, so the ox knoweth his owner. The ox is one of the, they say, the dumbest animals, but the top of the cattle, all right, knows his owner. And our people don't know their owner. They don't know who Yahushua is. They don't know who Yahweh is. And the ass, his master's crib, see? So even a dumb ass, something made for cattle, knows who his master is, or the crib is, you know. But our people don't know where their home is, that we're Israelites. They think they're African or wherever they're born at. They're still in that Gentile state of mind, right? Being foreigners. They have forsaken Yahweh. Osalaki. My people do not consider. See, the Lord's people don't even consider it. So instead, they stay upon him that smote us, and that's Yahushua. So that's well, Yahushua is the one that smote us, and he used Esau to do it. All right. So a lot of our people are still stuck in that left-hand side mindset. Then we push to the left, and the elect gonna be brought to the right, the righteous, dealing with Yahushua. It says here, nationalism, identification with one's own nation, and support for its interests. So they support the interests. They go out and vote, you know, go out and protest. They join the military, right? A lot of these women, they use and abuse the welfare system against their man. You know, a lot of women have to kick the man out the household, or say put him on child support just to get certain funds. So especially, and they vote on wars. You know, they promote it in the media and deceive the people. Like September 11th, and people go crazy and want to support the wars and votes. All right, especially to the exclusion or detriment of the interests of other nations. All right, like they voted on wars against Iraq. You know, so just an example. All right, everybody got this American mindset. My country, 'tis of thee, and you know, this is not a country at all. It's a business. See, they think they're God, you know, and they think they're the the only powers, all right? Because the Most High raised them up and gave them power. All right, just like the Lord's going to raise up His elect, or the children of Israel in general. All right, but these Edomites, these Khazars, like this guy is Yuval Noah. He's the statements he's making, man, showing his pride. You know, twofold. So let me read this real quick. It says 2 Thessalonians 2:3. And he admitted, he said, yo, true power is hidden, and they believe in hiding themselves. Right? Secret societies, right? And they also, he stated that, you know, in the ancient times, what they use is the fear button. That was going back to the Roman Empire. Press the fear button, you can control the people. All right. So they're using tactics going all the way back to the Roman Empire. And he's the advisor for Klaus Schwab, man, on what they're trying to do next. All right. 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first. See, we fell away. All right, from the laws and from the statutes and commandments, and knowing that we're Israelites. And we were scattered around the four corners of the earth. especially in the west coast of Africa, and we were brought over here for chattel slavery. And that man, if sin be revealed, see, now they're revealing themselves. The Lord is revealing them. The son of perdition, man. See, the son that's set up to be destroyed. That's Esau on the left-hand side, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called power, man. All right. So they think themselves, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the power, sitteth in the temple of Yahweh, showing himself that he is the power. And even over there in Jerusalem, all right, you got Amalek over there, right, and Teman, a lot of them Temanites, Jesuits, all right, so and they call themselves God, man, but they're no gods at all. They're just mortal men, and the Most High is controlling them, and they're gonna find out real soon. And this devil made statements that all they gotta do is press the fear button, you know, and that all they gotta do is dress up somebody, put a crown on their head, and give them orders to tell people off with your head, and that'll put fear in people and say, hey, this is a real country with a king. So they did that with America. They gave a mouth speaking great things, the president. All right, the king of Babylon. And the president is just a puppet, whoever it is, Republican or a Democrat. Going back to Revelation 13, the two horns, doing the bidding of the dragon. All right. So these people have fallen for that pursuit of happiness, this mirage called America. 2 Thessalonians 2 and 5. Remember ye not that when I was with you, I told you these things. So the Lord warned us of this, man. Yahushua warned us of this. People like this devil named Yuval. You know, he changed the name to Noah, but that's not his name. And now ye know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time, man. So we're in the time of this man's downfall. For the mystery of iniquity doeth already work. So they've been working since the Roman Empire, pressing the fear button, all right, deceiving people. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. So Yahweh is going to remove them out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth. See, they're being consumed with this truth. They're saying their part, what they believe is going to happen, their new world order, deceiving themselves. And you have the men of the Lord out here prophesying the truth in the spirit of Yahweh Shem Shai was really coming. A new heaven and a new earth wherein dwelleth righteousness under Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. All right, ruled by King David and his men, the children of Israel. That's what's coming, and it's going to, the truth is going to reign, and lies are going to be put down. All right, they're going to be confounded. So he's consuming them. As the men speak and prophesy, this place begins to fall. All right. And shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, man. He's going to destroy them when he shows up with fire and the glory of Yahweh and the holy angels and himself. Even him who's coming is after the working of Satan. See, this devil, they're moving in the same spirit of the spiritual demon Satan, you know. And that's Esau. A bunch of serpents. Adversaries to the truth. Adversaries to righteousness. With all power, see, they're showing that they got all the power right now. You know, banking system, all the power that leaped out of the mouth of the dragon, like a frog. The military, their media, you know, their religious systems, all right, their banking systems, and their governments. So they run all of that. And signs and lying wonders, man. See that? Lying wonders. Manipulating the elements. Medias. Lying through the media. Now they got all kind of stuff through the social media. And the news. All right. What's it called? Lockdowns. Conspiracies. And with all deceivableness, see, with all deceivable, that's what they're pushing, a bunch of lies right now. Of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved, man. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion. That's that strong delusion, that American mindset, or people like General Yohana telling people to go take the jump shot. As Apostle Hart says, man. And we all heard it ourselves and saw the videos of what Tazariak did, man. All right. I say obey the laws of the land, but not that much. Because they received not the love of the truth, that they might be saved, man. See? They didn't receive that. Instead, they received fame and fortune. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion, that they should believe a lie. These people believed a lie called America. That they all might be damned who believe not the truth, but have pleasure in unrighteousness. They have pleasure in this place. They love it. So they're going to be destroyed with it. This is Isaiah 5:3. And now, O inhabitants of Jerusalem, and men of Judah, judge, I pray you, betwixt me and my vineyard. What could have been done more to my vineyard, that I have not done in it? Wherefore, when I looked that it should bring forth grapes, brought it forth wild grapes. All right, and that's what happens, man. Jake, wherever they're born at, they start to call themselves by those places or people, and they worship those gods, those idols. You know, and that's what Jake doing over here in America. They following that Masonic, paganistic, Sodom and Gomorrah, witchcraft, everything that's abominable that's in this place, man. It's toxic. It says it's polluted. And it should destroy our people with a sword destruction. So they become wild grapes. And wild grapes meaning poisonous or toxic. Of no use. And now go to, I will tell you what I will do to my vineyard, right? You start, people calling themselves American and celebrating these American holidays and voting, and they're toxic. I will take away the heads thereof, and it shall be eaten up, and break down the wall thereof, and it shall be trodden down, man. So the Lord's going to catch everybody in their comfort in this place. And He's going to rain it upon them, rain destruction upon these people while they're comfortable and while Esau is eating. This is Amos 9 and 10. All the sinners of my people shall die by the sword, man. See, they're going to die by the martial law, the plagues, the sword that's been given into Esau's hand in Revelation 6, and ultimately the missile, all right? The Lord's sword, the ICBM missiles. So they're going to die by the sword, which say, the evil shall not overtake nor prevent us, man. See, they don't believe that the judgments are coming. And they don't believe that it's going to prevent them from their dream, their American dream of vanity, of getting nowhere. All right, so they don't recognize the times that we're in. But the scriptures say they all shall see together, meaning these prophecies are going to play out. Then they're going to see it, but it's going to be too late for some. Romans 13 and 11. And that knowing the time, see, knowing what time we're in the time of the Lord's judgment, Yahweh's judgment, his fierce wrath and anger, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep. So it's way past time to wake out of sleep. All right, this man is way past his time of falling, and Jake is way overdue of being judged. All right, it's way past time to wake out of sleep, man. And sleep is to be spiritually dead, all right, to the truth. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believed. So the night is far spent. See, we way past time. You know, the day is at hand. See, let us therefore cast off the works of darkness. And one of those works of darkness is the nationalistic mindset of being an American. Right, proud American, proud, just like Esau, or Republican, or Democrat, or Christian, or black, or African, you know, or European, whatever. We are not where we're born. We are who our forefather is. All right, so we got cast off the works of darkness, the works that Esau did, and whitewashing our history. And we got to cast that off, the lies that were taught to us by our parents and our grandparents, you know, in these schools, in these churches. And let us put on the armor of light, man, to defend us, you know, and guide us through the day that's coming. So, see, that nationalistic mindset, all it does is build more folly, and through the riches and the American dream, it baits our people in from poverty to become successful. Once they become successful, they sell out, or they do this thing called selling their soul. All right, or they just sleep to the truth if they're poor or whatever. You walk up to him and say, hey, what's your nationality? Hey, man, I was born here, so that's just it. Look at people like Charleston White. He still thinks he's an American. Revelation 17:5, and upon her forehead was a name written, Mystery Babylon, the Great, the mother of harlots and abominations of the earth, man. So that's why the Lord said this place is filthy and polluted. All right, now people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. And the mother of harlots, man, all it does is birth out more adulterous people and nations. All right, idolatry and wickedness and abominations, man. And the dollar is abomination. In the way our people are in this society, the condition of our people is abomination. That's why the Lord called Titus and Vespasian the abomination that maketh desolate. And that's what they do. They're the abomination. Esau. And they made us desolate. This is Isaiah 65:11, right? They want to be proud Americans, Democrat, I'm Republican, we need rights, equal rights, and do all this madness. Isaiah 65:11, but ye are they that forsake Yahweh. That's right, they're the ones that forsake the Lord. They forsake the truth. They forsake the kingdom of heaven. They forsake Yahweh. They forsake righteousness. But ye are they that forsake Yahweh, that forget my mountain, see, my holy mountain. See, they forget that they're Israelites. That prepare a table for that truth, man. They preparing the table for Esau. What do you need, Massa? You know, the Boule fraternity, these Greek fraternities at these colleges in general, the military, you know, Jake out there protesting, these community leaders, NAACP, I mean, Jesse Jackass and the Rainbow Coalition and all this madness. So what? That prepare a table for that truth, and that's what these Christian churches do. that furnish the drink offering unto that number. Therefore will I number you to the sword, man. See? Damn nationalists. Well, the Lord gonna say, hey, you gotta be destroyed with that nation called America. Therefore will I number you to the sword, man. So the Lord gonna put that number to be numbered to the sword. And ye shall all bow down to the slaughter. See, people like Tazariak and them, that, you know, Esau said jump, and they said how high. They took the jump shot. And they're bowing down to the slaughter. Because when I called, ye did not answer. When I spake, ye did not hear. But did evil before mine eyes, and did choose that wherein I delighted not, right? Trusting in Egypt, trusting in this crooked system purposely made to twist them. This false economy with this fake currency or dollar called fiat currency, floating money, funny money as well. And they chose the wickedness of this place. All right, and to ride in the day. Verse 13, therefore thus saith Yahweh the power, behold, my servant shall eat. See, the Lord's children are going to eat, but ye shall be hungry. Behold, my servant shall drink. The ones that know the Israelites, and they're nationalists towards being an Israelite. We are of our nation, you know. That's what they call us. They call you racist if you know you're an Israelite. But it's true, to be a racist means just like being a pianist. It's somebody that is a professional at their own race. You know, at what they love. So to be a nationalist is in the same sense. To be of your nation, or the nation that you're a part of. See, we're a part of our nation spiritually and physically, knowing that we descend from Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. All right, so all right, the Lord said they're gonna be ashamed, man, because this place is falling, just like the Titanic. They prepared a table for these heathens, for these Edomites and their troops, setting them up for martial law and, you know, the trap. But the Lord said this, Job 20:19, because he hath oppressed and hath forsaken the poor. That's what Esau has done. Hath forsaken the children of Israel. Because he hath violently taken away an house which he builded not. Surely he shall not feel quietness in his belly, man. He shall not save that of that which he desired. All right, they can sit down and eat, prepare the table, but the Lord said they're not going to feel quietness in their belly. They shall none of his meat be left, therefore shall no man look for his goods. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, man. So right now, the Lord is putting them in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall be upon him. When he is about to fill his belly, Yahweh shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. He shall flee from the iron weapon, that's the sword, and the ICBM missiles, and the bow of steel shall strike him through. It's talking about right here on the soils of America, and them Edomites and elites and rich jakes that try to run to their bunkers. It's gonna strike through this place. All right, so yeah, man, when they sit down to fill their belly, even though Jake is the one helping to prepare the table, I mean, helping them to set up their New World Order plan. The Lord said they're not going to feel quietness in their belly. And he warned us of this right here, man, Jeremiah 51:6. Flee out of the midst of Babylon. That means get your minds out of this place, all right? Know of what nation you are, Israelites. The scriptures about a nationality and the truth and testimony. And deliver every man his soul. That's what it's about, your soul. All right, it's a spiritual escape that we should be focused on. Be not cut off in her iniquity. See that Yahweh Shah will deliver us and will make sure we won't be cut off with this place, America. Don't be cut off calling yourself American, black, or whatever. African American, you know, Native American. It says, and deliver every man his soul through Yahweh Shah, right? Be not cut off in her iniquity. So don't take part in this place. We got to work. We got to, you know, do these things. But it's time to get our minds out of this place and hasten the day. How do we hasten the day? Prophesying against this place. All right, lifting up a banner upon the high mountain, standing upon our feet. And deliver every man his soul, and be not cut off in her iniquity. Come out of that nationalistic American mindset. For this is the time of Yahweh's vengeance. He will render unto her a recompense, man. All right, so this is the time of this place's judgment and destruction. Babylon have been a golden cup. See, America have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hands. Why? To create the sift, according to Amos chapter 9. To sift out the wicked ones. In the book of Matthew, it speaks about the tares and the wheats. All right, the seed of the wicked, spiritually and physically. You know, 2/3 of our people have become spiritually tares. And then you got the speckled bird Israelites, and Jake that look like the other nations. So the Lord is making a separation, a sift. And he uses these things to draw out the wicked of our nation, man. They love this place. They fell for the purse. They fell for the American dream, which is really a nightmare. And they're going to see it when the Lord pulls the curtain back. All right. How, it says, Babylon have been a golden cup in Yahweh's hand that made all the earth drunken. See? The nations have drunken of her wine, even 2/3 of our people. Therefore, the nations are mad. That basically means like proud. Yeah, and they were proud at first, but now they realize they were deceived. People like Russia and China. This is Revelation 17:4. And the woman, see, America, the great whore, was arrayed in purple and scarlet in color, and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls, having a golden cup in her hand full of abominations and filthiness of her fornication, man. Filthiness of her business and toxicness, man. All right. Toxicity. And idolatry and stuff, man, you know. Witchcrafts. And through that, our people have become deceived as well. You know. I'm going to read this in a parabolic sense. 1 Corinthians 6 and 15. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Yahushua? Shall I then take the members of Yahushua and make them the members of an harlot? All right, and that's even, you got to be careful what woman you choose. Make sure she's not in no relationships with other men. But you can look at this spiritually too, as America being that harlot. All right, Yahweh forbid. So we're not supposed to be joined unto this place. What? And through Revelation 13 and 16, they definitely trying to join people forever to get destroyed into this place, man. With your birth certificate, switching it to digital. What know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? For two, saith he, shall be one flesh, man. So even spiritually, they become one by spiritual adultery that's done with this place, right? In this place, you know, they become one and the same as far as the same fate that this place is destined for, which is destruction. It says, but he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. He says, flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body, but he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own soul. You know, that's twofold. All right. So we're supposed to be joined unto who? Yahweh and his son Yahweh Shai. Basically believing in the truth. This is Isaiah 25. I'll start from 7. And he shall destroy in this mountain. So the Lord is going to destroy the deception that was cast over our people. That they were Americans, and you know, this American dream and pursuit of happiness. And he will destroy in this mountain the face of the covering cast over all the people. See, it's going to start here. All right. And then over there in Europe and around the rest of the world. But it's going to start right here in this mountain called America. The daughter of Babylon, of confusion. And the veil that is spread over all nations, man. A deception, being blind, that was spread over all nations, talking about Israelites. And even these other nations, man, they all going to see that this place is what? The daughter of Babylon that the scripture spoke of. All right. Isaiah 25:8, he will swallow up death in victory. See, Yahweh Shai is going to swallow up death, meaning we're never going to die again. We're going to be made perfect, given new bodies, all right, and be given all wisdom, all right, pure wisdom. And that's going to be the victory, okay? And the Lord, Yahweh, will wipe away tears from off all their faces, man. And that goes into us being righteous, being made righteous by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, and given new bodies, and being able to live for eternity and experience that righteousness. And the rebuke of his people shall he take away from off the earth, from off all the earth. All right, so not just America. Amos chapter 9, he gonna wipe this place off the face of the earth. This is where we were rebuked at. This is where we called not the Lord's people. He said, there shall you be called the sons of the living power. So this place is going to be wiped off the earth, and Esau is going to be wiped off the earth. All right, the curses on Israel is going to be wiped off the earth as well. And 2/3. Yahweh have spoken it, all right? So I'm going to end it here with this, Psalms 23:4. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, man. That's what it is. It's a shadow of death. Our people are under that damn shadow. It's a valley, you know, America. And the shadow of darkness and wickedness is on this place of spell. And it's our job to help to remove that veil off our people. All right, that walk in darkness, man. Calling themselves America. Thinking that the dark light, thinking that darkness is the light. All right, that's what scripture says. If that eye be single, if that eye be full of darkness, how great is that darkness, man? Calling themselves American or black. Well, it's more tied to that. They're going to mess around being into Africanism or Christianity or something. All right, or the wicked holidays. If they call themselves American, they're going to be into the holidays of Christianity or something like that. You know, so it's all tied together. They said, how great is that darkness? But if that eye be single, focused on Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai, man, that body shall be full of light. You know? So, yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, man, this is a valley that's being overshadowed by those wicked elites over there in Europe. That's being overshadowed by these satanic philosophies and rulers. And I will fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest the table for me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. All right, so yeah, man. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. See, that's the focus. Being a nationalist, knowing who we are, the house of the Lord. All right, under Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, all right, over the children of Israel. But instead, 2/3 want to follow this nationalistic mindset where they still believe that there's freedom when we're not free until Yahweh Shai sets us free, literally. All right, it says John 8:36, if the Son therefore shall make you free, ye shall be free indeed. All right, instead of being under the illusion of freedom in this mirage called the daughter of Babylon, also known as America, this bitter place that our people are taking a bite out of the apple, like, you know, the New York apple, you know, the fruit, the worldly wisdom of this place, and they calling it sweet. It's sweet to their taste. All right, and they won't come to the light so that their deeds would be reproved. So yeah, man. But the Lord said what? They're going to have to eat the fruit of their own way. All right, so the scriptures say what? You know, get your mind out of this damn place. That's all. Hey, with that, I'm going to say Shalom. All right, 1 Peter 5:8. It says, be sober, be vigilant, right? Because the Lord said what? Casting off the evil workings of darkness, man. So be sober, wake the hell up. All right. And see clearly. Be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, people like this guy Yuval Noah and his allies or his people, as a roaring lion, see, promoting their idea, this new world order, roaring about their future plans. All right, walketh about seeking whom he may devour, man. That's what they're looking for. Who can they devour? Who gonna fall for their scare tactics? They say, yo, if they didn't press the fear button, a lot of people would not be motivated. People like Tazariak and ISUPK and Johanna were motivated to go down to Egypt and, you know, do what they did with the jump shot. Boy. All right, so yeah, man. It says, whom resist steadfast in the faith, man. So you're gonna resist them through the faith that's in the Lord, Yahweh, and Yahweh Shai. That's the only way you'll be able to resist the wiles of the devil. Knowing that the same afflictions are accomplished in your brethren that are in the world. All right. But the God of all grace, who have called us unto his eternal glory by Yahweh Shai, after that ye have suffered a little while, because this is suffering in this place. This is hell for the children of Israel. Especially if you're in the truth, you become persecuted even more. Make you perfect, see? Making us perfect in faith and patience. Establish, strengthen you, and settle you, man. Settle you, making you a what? Ephesians 2:18. For through him we both have access by one Spirit unto the Father. See, I be single. And that one Spirit is the Spirit of truth, of righteousness, you know, through Yahweh Shai. All right. Now, therefore, ye are no more strangers, see, and foreigners, but fellow citizens with the saints and the household of Yahweh. As long as you're in this truth, we become fellow citizens, meaning nationalists of Israel. All right, the kingdom of Israel, kingdom of Yahweh Shai, and are built upon the foundation, not the foundation of America, the founding fathers of America, but the foundation of the apostles and prophets. Yahushua Hamashiach himself being the chief cornerstone, in whom all the building fitly framed together groweth unto a holy temple in the Lord. All right, not the house of the thief, but the house of the righteous, man. In whom ye also are builded together for an habitation of Yahweh through the Spirit, man. All right, so yeah, we got to know who we are. And go beyond this simplicity that our people still love. The Lord said that, how long will you love simplicity?